Fusion 360 tutorial. This is Mr. McEwen, and today we're going to look at making this rectangle box. This time we're going to use a different tool to create the box. Instead of creating it using the solid box here, we're going to use sketches to draw out what we want, and then we're going to use the extrude. Okay. So first of all, bring up a new file, new design. Turn on your origins and click on the Create Sketch. And Create Sketch takes you into the Sketch menu. Give it a second to think. Okay. It asks where do you want to put that sketch, because it's only going to be on a plane and in 2 dimensions. So I'm going to click on the bottom. It rotates it so you're looking straight down on it, and all the tools have to do with making sketches. There's lines, rectangles or squares and circles. There's some curves. There's a few other things down here on the create. All right. Now we will be using this offset, but I'll get to that in a little bit. So first of all, click on the 2-point rectangle because we're going to draw ourselves a rectangle. Click the first and then drag out. You don't have to click and hold. And we're going to make it 5 centimeters by 10 centimeters. If you ever mess up the dimensions, there's a button up here for sketch dimensions. You can click on that, and if you click on a side, you can see what it is, and you can change it if you wanted to. Double click, change it back to 10. I want to see what the dimensions of this is. That's the dimension, sketch dimensions. So this is 5. Oh, I wanted that to be 10 because I wanted to make a square, but I'm going to switch that back to 5. Okay, there we got that. We can go ahead and finish the sketch. Now we're out of the sketch menu. I'll show you that again. When you have the sketch open, you only can do sketch things. So there's a button at the bottom that says Finish Sketch, and there's also in the dialog box it says Finish Sketch. So once you click Finish Sketch, it takes you out of the sketch menu and you're back into the normal Fusion 360 tools. So we're going to use the second tool called Extrude. It's in the Create form right here as well. And we're just going to extrude the bottom, which is only 0.5 centimeters. Okay? The dialog box has a few other things in it. There's the distance, and then the operation is new body. You click OK, and if you look over here in the browser, we now have one body and one sketch, just like that. So how are we going to create the walls or the sides of the box? Well, we're going to create another sketch again. So I'm going to go ahead and click Create Sketch to go in the sketch menu. And I'm going to say, hey, I want to create the walls on the top of the bottom part of the box. So I'm just going to click on the top, and it puts us back in the sketch menu. We're actually creating a sketch on the top of the bottom of the box. And I'm going to use the 2-point rectangle, and I'm going to click at this point and this point. It should be 4 centimeters by 9 centimeters because we're going to leave the sides of the wall 0.5 centimeters. I'm going to click OK, or I click the button and it drops that down. I'm going to go ahead and finish the sketch. Now, I have a sketch of the center, which is the inside of the box, and if I scroll in, I can actually click on the outer part. See? Okay, now I can extrude that, so I click Extrude, and it's asking me, what do you want to extrude? I want to click on this outer. I'm going to bring it up. Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's just 4.5. And the only difference here is in the operation. We could make it a new body, but then that means the bottom and the sides are not the part of the same body. So we're going to actually use the Join button right here. Click OK, and it now is its own body. I'm going to double click on it and call it the box. It is the box. And we have the 2 sketches. As soon as you extrude, it turns the sketches off. You can see I can turn them back on using these icons, but we're going to leave them off. Okay, the next part we're going to do is the lid. So we're going to actually just click Extrude again. We're going to extrude. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's cancel that. We need to create a rectangle around the top because it's only letting me highlight this. Can I highlight? No, I'm highlighting the insides. So I'm going to create a sketch. on the top of the box, I'm going to create a rectangle, click, drag, ooh, a little bit of lag. Then I'm going to finish the sketch. And then I'm going to turn this body off so I can just see that. There's the sketch of the rectangle. And it actually is showing you the inside, but we can take care of that. So I'm going to create an extrusion. I'm going to click on the inside and this side because we want the lid to be both. And go ahead and extrude it up. Let's go up a half a centimeter, which is 5 millimeters, and we want it to be its own body as well. So click OK. All right. So there's the body. That's the box. Sorry. I'm trying to rename them. So I'm going to click on body 1, call it box. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Click on it, type box, and press enter. Double click, type lid, and press enter. Okay, that's what it was. If you click outside, it does not remember that you wanted to. So the last thing we're going to do is the handle. And I'm just going to create another sketch on the top of the box. This time you can get a little creative. I'm going to create I'm going to click on line, and I'm going to start here, and go here, go here. I'm trying to make it symmetrical, so I'm just clicking every time I want to create a line. I click OK, and when I finish that closed shape, I finish the sketch. You can do it any way you want. I click on it and extrude it up as well. Again, I could join it, but I want this handle to be separate because I want to print it in another color. So I'm going to say new body, click OK, and I'm going to rename that handle. Press enter to rename that. Oh, I need the inset, so I'm going to turn off the bottom. I can turn off the handle as well. I'm just going to look at the bottom of this. I want to do an inset. So I'm going to use the sketch menu. I'm looking at the bottom, and I'm going to click on the bottom of the lid, and I'm going to use this offset, and just watch what it does for the explanation. So you click on offset, and then you click on the sketch that you want, and it just creates an offset of the same sketch at a certain distance. So I want to push this in -0.6. Okay, so I hit OK. That'll give it a little distance between it and the inside of the box. Now I can finish the sketch. I can click on it and hit extrude, and I want to extrude it -0.3. Oh wait, that's not negative, it's 0.3. We just check. Yeah, it's going to make it. Oh, it's a little bit big. Let's go 2. And I'm going to join this one because I want it to be a part of the lid. Okay. Now I turn all my parts back on, and I'm ready to export this and take it to the 3D printer. Thank you very much.